Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ask Barry V Show. I'm Barry Vanover. This is Miles Baker. We are on show number 70. We've actually been off for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, it seems like even longer, but yeah. 3 weeks,
2 or 3 weeks. I can't remember. We had our big symposium of the year. Over 300 people attended. We had instructors training. We had program directors, marketing and sales training. We had Krav Maga certification, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai kickbox. We had some killer physical training and business training. And then all day Saturday, we had these amazing guest speakers coming. By the way, keep out on either a martial arts management group Facebook page. Not sure where I'm going to distribute it, but I'm going to do a series of legalities, some things that to help protect your business. And I might do that as part of the show. I might do it as a separate video. So look out for those, because there's a lot of good things and that help keep your business safe and secure from legal problems and so forth that I want to go over with you guys coming up in the future. All right, let's go ahead. Let's see. The symposium we were talking about, man, the symposium was awesome. Hopefully next year you guys will be able to bring you and your entire team come into the event. That will be the first weekend in October. Location of that is to be announced. It's normally in Knoxville. We're kicking around the idea of possibly maybe moving that to a different location, but we'll let you guys know soon. All right, let's go ahead and we'll jump right into the first question.
Our first question comes from Clyde T. He says, what are some tips you might have for our Christmas sale?
All right, great. Christmas sale is coming up soon. As a matter of fact, our Christmas sale is next week, Saturday, November 4th. So the first tip I would say is do your sale early. Get the people's money before they spend it at the mall, right? When you're having a martial arts, the unique thing about your martial arts school's Christmas sale is you're providing products that they can't get anywhere else, and services they can't get anywhere else. So take advantage of that and go ahead and have your sale early. Now, I'm not saying you got to rush this next week to have it Saturday, November 4th, but you could have it the first weekend right after Thanksgiving, the weekend before. Do it a little early. Don't do it in the middle of December when people have already spent their money. Every year when I go home for Thanksgiving, I hear my family talk about somebody's going to go, I've already got all my Christmas shopping done. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know, not everybody waits to Christmas Eve like me. You know, they start shopping early, right? So have your Christmas sale early. Next thing is, you know, the products that you choose to sell is going to help determine the success of your Christmas sale. Have some unique products done, branded for your school. Now, there's a lot of companies out there that can do personal branding. I know Century does personal branding on T-shirts and hoodies and things like that. And there's a lot of companies right in your own town that can take your logo and design some cool shirts. Hopefully, Nick, while I'm on the screen right now, I want you to show them the posters of some of the products that we're doing. And that way, maybe you could get some ideas for some of the things that we're doing for all the premier martial arts schools nationwide, that you might be able to pull a few of those things and use for your own Christmas sale. So the products that you're doing is pretty important. Now, Century has a lot of holiday, novelty, Christmassy type things. And what I would do is I would probably get some catalogs and distribute to your parents, or at least have the day of your sale there that they can look through. And some of the more popular items you feel, maybe order one of those and have displayed for your people to look at as well if you're going to do that. People like to look and feel and touch things. I'm not saying you can't have a good Christmas sale from catalogs and images and posters and pictures alone, but it helps when people can see, feel, and touch something. You know, next thing is understand that when you hear, well, we're going to be, I guarantee you, after our Christmas sale, when we total up the numbers, you're going to hear me give numbers that guys like Aaron Hensley, Al Garza, I mean, so many of them are going to be doing these crazy numbers on a Christmas sale. $30,000, $40,000, $60,000 in one day. Well, they're not selling just T-shirts or gis or upgrade weapons, which are all great ideas. They're also counting their renewals on memberships. So anybody whose membership is expiring anytime the remaining of the year, let them go ahead and renew at a discount. that contract amount people are counting as money sold. Some of them are counting the down payments or paid in fulls. Also, your upgrade programs. Have an upgrade special where they're getting 20% off if they join Black Belt training. They're getting 20% off if they join your Premier Training or Masters Club. And if they pay those memberships in full, maybe they get a free equipment package. I mean, you're talking about $4,000 and $5,000 paid in fulls. I think you can afford not only 20% off, but you can afford what's just the cost of the materials, $200, $300 for the equipment packages, right? So don't forget upgrades, and don't forget those equipment package sales as part of the Christmas sale as well. The private shopper. Aaron Hensley gave us this idea. Can you explain? I think you're more in tune with this than I am.
Yeah, so the way Aaron has explained it to me and some of the other Premier owners, he's done a great job with it, is a private shopper is that you have a designated time for families to sign up and come in. That window can be whatever that time. It might be 15 minutes, it might be half an hour, and it probably depends on the size of your school and how many trained staff you have there. So you could double book a couple people if you had enough staff. But if not, do one family at a time. And so basically a private shopper is they come in, they have a designated time, and they're going to go through a series of options of things to buy, and they're going to start with the things that are training needs. So first you're going to start with programs, upgrade programs and renewals. So take care of that first, because if you get, and then the last thing on the other end of the training floor would be the small things you mentioned, maybe the trinkets and things like that. So you start with the big items first that start with the training, the needs, and then you move through the wants.
Uniforms that maybe the students are outgrown. Do you need new sparring gear?
Exactly.
So selling them the things they need first, and then some of the things they don't need last.
Aaron said something that I thought was really, really smart. He said, a dad that spends $500,000 on martial arts stuff in November doesn't let his kid quit in February.
Right.
Which it makes total
sense.
sense.
You said $500,000.
Or $500 or $1,000.
Right, okay.
Yeah, $500,000, yeah.
$500,000, that'd be some killer.
So, making sure that you have designated times, make sure that the staff is trained, and that you move them through the needs and the wants.
Yeah, and if you're a one-man show, train your wife how to walk people around, or your cousins, or find people and just walk them through the different stations you have. You have your needs station, like he's talking about. Your memberships, your upgrades, your uniforms, your sparring gear, replacement weapons, upgrade weapons if they're on demo team, things like that. And then the next station is apparel. The next station is trinkets. Take them through that. Walk them with the order form. It's a great idea. And people are maybe who's Aaron Hensley? Aaron Hensley is a premier martial arts school owner in Augusta, Georgia, multi-school owner. He's doing killer things. All right, so next question.
Next question comes from Brent W. He says, I'm looking to hire an instructor. What's your recommended method to find one?
Good. We're all looking for instructors. We are looking for our own schools and our own growth, because we're getting ready to open up some more locations and so forth. We're all looking for instructors. First thing you got to do is you got to be willing to pay somebody. If you want quality people that's going to last, that's going to take this serious, you got to be able to pay them. Pay them a salary that's equivalent to a lot of jobs they could do out there that, frankly, probably are more, gives them a better quality of life as far as time. They're not having to work in the evening. You got to be willing to pay somebody. And once you decide how much you can pay them, if you can pay a guy $3,000 or $4,000 a month to teach martial arts, you can get some good quality people. Or at least starting them out at $3,000 or $4,000 a month, you can get some quality people. The next thing I would say is then once you know that, go ahead in your ads that you put out, which I'm going to say Facebook. I'm going to say run a instructor wanted ad on Facebook. We used to run these in newspaper, which you still could, Craigslist, which you still could, but definitely on Facebook. And you can target men and women, a certain age group and interest and things like that of martial arts instructors. You'd be surprised how many people out in your community have trained, that have black belts, that never even thought there was any opportunities available. So I would look at, and I would put how much that starting salary is, so you get the more serious people, and you get more people responding, frankly. There's a new website called Indeed.com. Kenny Brayman, one of our premier schools down in Sanford, Florida, he just hired an instructor off Indeed, and I think he went on and paid 10 or 15 bucks and got like 24 resumes from people that had martial arts experience that wanted more information on teaching martial arts right in his area. So there's some ideas. Hey, before we move on, I want to do a victory. So it's victory time. Now, the victory that we're celebrating is Colton Nelson in Sandy, Utah. Now, Mr. Nelson is part of the Bobby Lawrence Karate School. By the way, what a martial arts organization. I think they're up to 18 locations in the Utah Valley. You know, you've got Mr. Lawrence himself as the leader. You've got Justice and Dallas, his sons, that are leaders in that organization. And they just have good people involved. And we've been consulting with that group for 5-6 years. They've been with us, consulting all of them now. But Colton Nelson's a young man that just opened up, didn't just open up, but the victory that we want to celebrate is just his success. You know, in the first month he was opened with implementing our program and our enrollment procedures, he did almost $10,000 the first month he was opened. And he signed up 22 new students his first month. But by the end of his first year, he had 200 students. Since then, he's almost 250, and he's opened up a second location that he's cranking right now. So this kid has just got the martial arts magic.
When we met him, he was just staff, right?
When we met him, he was a program director for, I'm not for sure who the owner was right off the top of my head exactly. There's so many of them now.
Anyways, just a tremendous growth personally and professionally for him.
And now he's a school. Now he's a multi-school owner.
How cool is that?
And I don't know. I can't pick ages, but I can't believe the dude's not more than 26 years old. He's doing some amazing things, and we wanted to celebrate his victory. Absolutely. Now, let that smooth transition go into this show is brought to you by our Business Maximizer consulting program. And you can see all those details at www.businessmaximizer.com. It's on your screen right now. Listen, I'm going to make this simple. For $497, you're getting the consulting information that has propelled hundreds and hundreds of schools, the top schools in the country, and you're getting that information to take your school to the next level. If your school is struggling or you're not happy with where you're at, that's the best $500 a month you'll ever spend. And in a year, it's only a year program, $6,000. Spread out over $500 month payments for a year, you're going to get the information to take your school to the next level, period. Now, next thing, this show is also sponsored by Studio Pro. Studio Pro is the new martial arts management software that is sweeping the industry. School owners are using it. They're organizing their business. Listen, frankly, software is a tool. It's like a calculator, right? But you need good software because you need to be able to you need to run your point of sale and keep up your inventory control. So Studio Pro even prints your certificates for you. Studio Pro is your attendance tracking, all of those basic function and features, but as well as communication and being able to email and text your students and your prospects and put them in email marketing funnels so that you're doing those sales and you don't have to do anything manual to do it. It automatically happens. Taking your lead from your website, dropping straight into Studio Pro, and the email marketing happening automatically. So if you don't, for $199, it's going to be one of the most time-saving, organized, creating softwares that you're ever going to use for $199 a month. And we had a meeting with them because we were consulting with them, and now they're working on things. They don't have it done, but two-way texting, where you can text one person, a group of people, automated texts go out for reminders about appointments. But if it's a marketing text that you send a mass, those people will be able to respond back to you and you can have a conversation. I don't like answering my phone.
Right. It's a burden anymore.
Because you would rather someone text you, right? Absolutely. It doesn't take up as much time. It's not as uncomfortable to have a conversation. Well, moms are even that way now. Right. They're busy. My son's I'm at soccer practice and I'm looking around at the moms sitting there and they were all on their phone texting. Yep. They're not talking anymore. They're texting too, right? Now, that feature is coming up, and they've got a lot of cool things coming up. So if you need management software, Studio Pro. Now, one more shameless plug. Did you know you can get our consulting right now for a limited time? You can get that $500 life-changing business maximizer consulting for free, basically, with Studio Pro. Yep. If you're a Studio Pro client, they're paying us for the $500 for you to get on to board with them. We made an arrangement with them where you can get great consulting. You get all the tools you need, man. All you got to do is teach awesome martial arts classes, right? And we can even help you with that. And we can help you with curriculum. Okay. So, next question.
Next question comes from Todd P. He asks, he says, this is an interesting one. He says, we've had this before, but never like this. It says, my competition is talking trash on social media and wrote a bad review on my school. What should I do? So I just found that interesting because we've got, maybe former students or parents that have done this, but never a school's competition.
Right. I heard this too. There was a school, I believe it was in Louisville, where a competitor school was writing bad reviews and they knew nothing about their school. Man, what slime people. Yeah, right. What slimy people, man. I'm a big advocate on karma and bad stuff's going to happen to them. Listen, I would first, as painful as this is going to be, I would pick up the phone, and even better, I would go over to the school and I would talk to the owner. And I would be like, this guy has the balls, and let's call them what they are, balls, to write a bad review, and it shows who it is, that it's him on your school, and he's another school owner, which I'm sure he didn't mention that he's a school owner down the street. I would have to, one, go immediately and respond to that and let people know, hey, aren't you a competitor school and you have never walked into my building? Why are you writing a bad review? People that are reading this, please pay attention to the professionalism, or, how this guy, let them know how he's conducting himself with a comment. But then I would probably call him or go visit him and be like, listen, bro, what's going on, man? Why? I don't understand this. We're both professionals. We're not competing against each other. You teach this style, I teach this style. And, and why can't we have a mutual understanding and a respect here? Please, can you remove that? If he doesn't agree or he starts giving you a lot of negativity, the next thing would be to go, listen, man, I have a lot more students. I can write bad reviews. My family can write bad reviews. My cousins, my students, I can write bad reviews too. So why don't you remove that and let's simply squash this and settle it? Yeah. The next thing might be, I've even heard people calling the police on them in certain situations like this where it just doesn't make sense what they're doing, or, I don't want you to ever have to spend money on an attorney, but I would start with that. These are unusual people doing this, man. So it's an unusual, but I hope at least try that and see if you can't reason with this guy, but make sure you put that comment explaining who this person is to anybody reading it. But don't freak out, because a lot of people don't pay attention to people like that. So don't freak out one bad review. Now, another thing you might do is go ahead and get some of your friends and family members to go ahead and write a bunch of good reviews and kind of bury that a little bit down.
Let's see, what's next? Marketing?
Oh, marketing tip.
Yeah.
What was our marketing tip?
Marketing tip, Christmas sale and New Year's promotions. Right. Yeah.
Christmas promotions and New Year's really is the same time. Because people in December are looking for New Year's resolutions. Don't think you're going to start January 1st with your New Year's promotion. People have already decided they want to start January 2nd doing whatever that New Year's resolution is. So your December marketing, your Christmas marketing, and New Year's resolution marketing is happening at the same time. So I would say 1st of November is you're cleared. Next week, you're cleared to start marketing for your Christmas special, whether it's a 2-lesson trial program with free uniform to wrap under the tree for $39.95 or $49.95, or whether it's a 6 weeks karate season for $69 with free uniform to wrap from under the tree, or get ready for New Year's resolutions, give the gift of fitness for the new year, Christmas special for Krav Maga, whatever you're doing, start promoting both Christmas and New Year's no later middle of November, if not November 1st. You got anything you want to add to that?
Nope, I think that's spot on.
Because, our schools and premier schools we're running ads always and selling memberships in December. Another thing on your ad is let them know they can purchase it now, but it won't start until December. So you're getting down payment money, maybe even paid in full money in December, and the membership starts in January because nobody wants to start a new activity.
How many clients people we talk to that say, December's rough. They all want to start in January. Well, they can start in January. Just sign up now and have some kind of promotion going on.
With holiday promotions, with pre-sales that will start in January and a Christmas sale, December is one of the best months a year.
Yep, I think that November and December are bad months for Martial Arts business is not true.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Is that it? Nope, one more question. Involving social media. Mike K asks, he says, one of my staff is posting what I consider as inappropriate content on Facebook, Instagram. What should I do about this?
Well, your problem was not taking care of this with your staff from the beginning. Let me make a couple little statements. I firmly believe that when your staff, that they're hired employees, when they start accepting your clients, your students, your parents as friends, now their Facebook page is your Facebook page, meaning that the content that they put up is a reflection on them and they're a reflection on our business. So they should be held accountable for the post and the type of stuff they put up. If they want to put up anything they want to on social media, they need to delete any students and parents as friends of yours. Now, let's say people will say, Mr. Vanover, what about won't the parents feel funny that so-and-so deleted them? All you got to do is make an announcement, use a new social media policy. Staff can't be members, friends or followers of our students.
Have it in your sign-up checklist for new students.
Yeah. And go ahead and announce it. That way the blame, if anybody going to get their feelings hurt because so-and-so instructor is not a friend of theirs anymore, then you take the blame. The school takes the blame, but that's the new policy. And exactly what you said. Go ahead and put that new Facebook policy on your new student checklist. And when you sign up a new parent, say, you're going through all these different things, say, by the way, our Facebook policy is that our staff members cannot be personal friends or followers of our students and family members. So don't friend request them. And if you do friend request them and they don't accept, please don't get your feelings hurt. You understand, right? That's simple. Take care of it immediately. And your staff, if your staff members don't understand this, there's a problem with that staff member. If they think that they can put out their party ways, partying and all that. And it's fine for them to do it, but it's just not necessary that 8, 10-year-old kids are seeing it and parents are seeing it. Because you guys, instructors, if you're listening, you guys are role models and people are looking up to you and you're mentors. Plus, you really shouldn't want that air of familiarity to get too comfortable. You guys want to be put up here. You don't want to be common and people see your personal life and your faults. You always want to be put up on a pedestal for these people, right? And things that social media will defeat that and hurt you. So that's how I would handle it, Mike.
All right, that's it.
All right. Yeah. Thank you guys so much. It was glad to do a show. It was fun. We forget how fun it is. Take 2 or 3 weeks off. It's good to be back. All right, we'll see you guys next week.